Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we unpack a stack of sources, pull out the really important nuggets of knowledge and insight, basically giving you a shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're doing an exploration of a book often called a creative manifesto, disguised as a pocket-sized pep talk. It's Austin Kleon's Show Your Work.
Ah, yes. A great one.
We've looked at several, really insightful reviews and analyses. Our mission: to distill Kleon's core ideas, maybe some surprising truths, and crucially, why they feel more relevant than ever for you, whether you're a seasoned creative, just curious, or building something out there.
And what's so interesting, I think, about Show Your Work is how Kleon just directly confronts that fear, that really pervasive fear so many creators have.
That perfection thing.
Exactly. That feeling you need to be perfect before you share anything. And this deep dive, well, it's going to show how he just flips that completely on its head.
Okay.
He argues for an approach that's less about shouting, "Look at me," less self-promotion, and much more about real connection through transparency.
So we'll explore the anxieties he wanted to fix and the myths he tries to, debunk.
Precisely. The myths he bravely dismantles.
Okay, let's unpack that then. Kleon wasn't just suggesting a small fix, was he? One review called it a creative crisis hiding in plain sight. What was that core problem he was seeing?
He really zeroed in on this deeply embedded myth, the idea that you've got to be some kind of genius, fully polished, painfully original, totally complete before you're allowed to share anything.
Right, and that just stops people in their track.
Absolutely. It cripples countless creators.
Yeah.
It makes us hoard ideas, hide how we actually work, because we're afraid that showing vulnerability, showing the process, will make us look like amateurs. Or worse.
So he's changing the question entirely. It's not, how do I promote myself?
No.
It's more like, how can I be part of something bigger? How can I contribute just by showing what I'm actually doing? That feels like a really powerful reframing.
It is. And doing that, he tackles several key issues head on. First, there's what you might call creative isolation.
That feeling of, I'm making stuff, but nobody sees it.
Exactly that. He challenges the whole idea that work should only see the light of day when it's, perfect and done. He argues the journey itself is valuable.
Okay, what else?
Then, the fear of invisibility. Wanting to be seen, but not wanting to feel like you're, trying too hard.
Yeah, that awkwardness.
Kleon reframes sharing as generosity, not just self-promotion. Then there's imposter syndrome, huge one.
Oh, yeah, that little voice.
That voice asking, who am I to share anything? I'm no genius.
Yeah.
And his counter is brilliant. He talks about the scenius.
Scenius?
Yeah, SCENIUS, like the collective intelligence and energy of a scene, a community, rather than focusing on the lone genius myth.
Ah, interesting. Community over individual brilliance.
Precisely. And then, of course, paralysis by perfection, that constant, it's not ready, can't post this yet.
We've all been there.
Right. And he just says, share the process, the mess, the struggles, the evolution. That's where the real connection happens. And finally, he addresses the attention dilemma. How do I stand out when it's so noisy?
And his answer is?
Kind of ironic, really. Authentic process, the human stuff, often stands out way more than something that looks too polished, too perfect.
So it feels like he's basically silencing those nagging doubts, not yet, not good enough, nobody cares, and replacing them with a clear message. Start where you are, share what you have, show your work.
Exactly. It's permission.
Okay, so we understand the problem he's tackling. Let's get into his solutions. What are the practical shifts, the sort of creative nudges he lays out chapter by chapter?
Right. Each chapter is like a mini manifesto. It's both a way of thinking and a concrete step you can take.
Okay, chapter 1.
Chapter 1. You don't have to be a genius. The big idea. Creativity isn't solo, it's communal. Find your scenius, that supportive community. Don't just seek the spotlight alone.
So contribute to the ecosystem.
Yes. You grow by consistently adding to that creative conversation, not by hiding away. The lesson is clearly collaboration over isolation. Think about historical movements, impressionists, tech startups. It's often groups pushing each other.
Makes sense. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Think process, not product. This is about letting people see behind the curtain, like how the sausage is made.
Show the messy bits.
Show the messy bits.
Yeah.
Document the journey, share drafts, struggles, insights, even the things that didn't work out. Because process builds connection. Just showing the final shiny product can actually create distance. People connect with the effort.
Okay. And chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Share something small every day. This sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Tiny, consistent shares build enormous trust over time.
Like a ritual.
Make it a ritual, a sketch, a thought, a photo.
Oh.
Frequency beats grandeur here. The real magic is in that rhythm, just showing up consistently.
I like that. Chapter 4?
Chapter 4. Open up your cabinet of curiosities. Kleon says your influences are part of your voice, so share what excites you.
Like books, music.
Books, music, tools you use, ideas you stumble upon. What inspires you is often just as revealing and interesting as what you create. So the lesson is, you're not just a creator, you're also a curator.
Curator. Interesting way to put it. Chapter 5.
Chapter 5. Tell good stories. Because work doesn't just speak for itself, you have to give it context.
Give it shape.
Exactly. Storytelling gives it shape, resonance. Explain the why behind it, not just the what. A good story turns a thing into a connection. Gives people a reason to care.
Okay, chapter 6.
Chapter 6. Teach what you know. Don't hoard your knowledge. Offering it up actually grows your authority and clarifies things for yourself, too.
Even if you're just learning.
Especially if you're just learning. Even beginners can teach what they just figured out. Share your wisdom and progress. You don't need a PhD to be helpful.
That lowers the barrier significantly. Chapter 7.
Chapter 7. Don't turn into human spam. Crucial one today. Be generous, not just self-promotional.
Participate. Don't just broadcast.
Precisely. Support others. Join conversations. Be genuinely interested. Authenticity scales. Real marketing here is sharing, participating, not just shouting.
Right. Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. Learn to take a punch. Deals with criticism, because it's going to happen.
Oh, inevitably.
You need to separate yourself just a bit from your work. That detachment builds resilience. Realize not everyone's your audience. Not all feedback helps. The key lesson: keep your creative compass internal. Mental hygiene is critical.
Very true. Chapter 9.
Chapter 9. Sell out. He tackles the money thing directly. It's okay to get paid for your art. Your work has value.
It deserves income.
It deserves income. Build simple ways to support yourself, a mailing list, maybe small products. Kleon's point is, making money isn't selling out. It's buying freedom. Freedom to keep creating.
Good point. And the last one, chapter 10.
Chapter 10. Stick around. Maybe the most important one. Longevity beats virality. Every time.
Just keep showing up.
Keep showing up. The ones who persist, even when things are quiet, even when they feel unseen, they're the ones who outlast the trends. Stamina matters much more than sudden stardom.
Wow, that's a really practical and, frankly, quite empowering framework.
It really is.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me, because show your work isn't just advice, is it? It feels like it's quietly rebelling against some old ways of thinking, maybe traditional creative gatekeeping.
You're absolutely right. It's not loud rebellion, but it's definitely challenging the status quo, like with a chisel chipping away.
So what concepts really stand out as, well, revolutionary?
Okay, first, that core idea. You don't have to be a genius. That just throws out the myth that creativity is for a select few. Kleon replaces the lone genius with a scenius, and that democratizes everything. It tells every single person trying to make something, you belong here, even before you feel brilliant.
That's huge.
It is. Then think process, not product. That's like a direct punch to perfectionism's face. It reframes failure, experiments, doubt, not as shameful things to hide, but as vital, interesting parts of the art itself. It makes the mess okay, normalizes it
Takes the pressure off.
immensely. Then teach what you know, even if you're still learning. That just slays the imposter syndrome dragging through generosity.
Yep.
It invites beginners to the table, values their fresh perspective. It completely flips the script on who gets to be knowledgeable.
Right, you don't need to wait to be the ultimate expert.
Not at all. And share something small every day. That's revolutionary because it disrupts the whole performance culture, the need to constantly dazzle. Consistency trumps virality. It lets you build intentionally, connect genuinely, not just chase fleeting attention. And don't turn into human spam. Reframes promotion. It's not about pushing yourself onto people. It's about participating, contributing. It aligns expressing yourself with serving others, not just seeking importance.
Service, not self-importance. I like that.
And finally, stick around. In our world of instant gratification, dopamine hits, this is radical. It champions long-term resilience, a sustainable creative life, over just being momentarily relevant.
So if you weave all those together, the message seems to be, you don't need anyone's permission, you don't need to be perfect. Your value comes from honest, ongoing contribution and sharing, not just waiting for applause.
That's it, exactly.
Which brings us to a really crucial question. These ideas were published back in 2014. Why do they feel even more relevant, maybe even urgent, now in 2025?
Oh, absolutely more relevant. It's almost like he saw where things were heading.
Yeah.
In today's world, which is just flooded with content, much of it polished, slick, sometimes AI-generated, Kleon's call to simply show the human hand.
Well, it's not just nice advice anymore. It's almost a radical act.
Because the raw, the unfinished, stands out now.
It stands out, and it signifies something essential. The honest process, the human touch, it's becoming the differentiator. The world is definitely louder, but you could argue it feels less human sometimes.
AI can generate incredible things, images, text, code, but it can't fake the struggle, the genuine insight born from experience, the unique voice developed over time. Your process becomes your proof of humanity.
So visibility matters more than just expertise now.
In a way, yes, or rather visibility through generosity. Being present, being helpful, sharing openly that creates belonging in this attention economy, more so than just being the loudest or claiming expertise. Perfection is kind of out.
People are tired of it?
I think so. Audiences seem exhausted by hyper-polished content. They crave realness, flaws, the authentic journey. Your process starts to become the product people connect with. Your story is the strategy.
And AI can replicate skills, but not the struggle.
Exactly. Machines don't doubt, they don't sweat, they don't have those aha moments after a long struggle. Showing our work, our human work, preserves that irreplaceable human element.
It also feels like with so much information flying around.
Information overload, yeah. It can lead to a sort of identity crisis.
Cleon's idea of sharing your curiosities, your taste, it helps you find coherence. He says your taste is your compass.
And what about the creators themselves? Burnout is a huge issue.
Huge. And Cleon's whole philosophy feels like an antidote. Sustainable sharing, documenting instead of constantly performing. It's almost a form of radical self-care for creators. His implicit message feels like, don't just feed the algorithm, feed your people, feed your soul. And honestly, in uncertain times, people are hungry for meaning, not just more media. Seeing why someone creates, their sparks, their struggles, it reminds us we're not alone in it.
That really lands the humanity part. It makes me wonder, though, if Kleon were updating the book today, given AI, given the shifts in social media, what do you think he'd add?
That's a fascinating thought experiment. I suspect he really emphasized, maybe add sections on a few key things.
Like what? First, probably something like be real, not synthetic. Really digging into how you maintain your unique creative identity, your human value. When machines can churn out technically flawless stuff, your process becomes your proof.
Okay, makes sense.
Second, I bet he'd double down, maybe even triple down, on own your platform. Social media is so volatile, platforms change, algorithms shift. He'd push harder than ever for things you control. Newsletters, personal blogs, your own website.
Your home base?
Your home base. Remember, Instagram is a cocktail party. Your website is your home. And third, maybe something about digital detox as creative ritual.
Stepping back.
Yes. In this non-stop noisy world, actively stepping away, creating silence, becomes crucial for actual thinking, for recharging. Sometimes, he might argue, the bravest thing you can share is nothing, to protect your creative core.
Interesting. Okay, let's quickly crystallize this. What are the main myths, the common misconceptions that Kleon is really trying to dismantle with this book? It feels like a quiet revolution against certain ideas.
It really does. He takes on several big ones. First, you had to be a genius to be worth noticing. His rebuttal. No, you just need to be findable. And remember, creativity is communal, okay?
Myth 2.
Only finished, perfect work deserves to be shared. Nope. The process, the messy middle, that's often more valuable, more connective. That's where the magic is.
Myth 3.
If you share your knowledge, you'll lose your competitive edge. He argues the opposite. Sharing deepens your own understanding and grows your community, your tribe.
What about promotion?
The myth is, self-promotion is inherently sleazy. Kleon says it's only sleazy if it's selfish, if it's generous, if it's about connecting. It's not spam, it's participation.
Right. And the viral obsession.
Myth, you have to go viral to matter. His counter, longevity beats hype. Your journey, your body of work over time, that's what truly matters.
What if you feel like you missed the boat?
Ah, the myth. It's too late, you've missed your moment, Kleon reassures. The internet kind of resets every day. Someone, right now, needs what you're working on. Start now.
And needing a huge audience.
The myth. You need a massive following to be taken seriously. His take. What you really need is a few people who genuinely care. Depth over sheer scale.
So fundamentally, he's shifting us away from this idea of creativity as rare, perfect, and hidden towards something messy, communal, generous, and valuable at every stage.
Beautifully put. That's the core liberation he offers.
All right, let's distill this even further. If we had to pick the top 5 key insights from Show Your Work, the absolute nuggets you should walk away with, what would they be?
Okay, top 5, let's see. 1,
Yeah.
you really don't have to be a genius. You just need to join the conversation, be part of the scenius.
Right. Number 2.
2, people genuinely connect with process, maybe even more than polished perfection. Show the journey.
3.
3, consistency trumps intensity. Showing up regularly is more valuable than trying to go viral.
4.
4, teaching what you know, even the small stuff you just learned, is powerful, it's generous, and it helps you grow.
And number 5.
5, sharing isn't just self-promotion. When done right, it's participation. It's joining in, not just shouting out.
Excellent. And for the ultimate takeaway, the one sharp sentence that encapsulates the whole book.
I'd say, show your work
Oh,
is a rallying cry for creators to stop waiting, start sharing, and grow by being seen not as polished geniuses, but as generous, evolving, wonderfully human beings.
what a fantastic deep dive. I feel like you now have a really solid grasp of Austin Kleon's Show Your Work, its core ideas, why it mattered then, and why it feels even more vital today, especially with AI and everything else changing the landscape.
Yeah, and we really hope this exploration has given you more than just information. We hope it's given you a sense of permission.
Permission to.
Permission to be seen right in the middle of your creative mess. Permission to embrace the journey, the process, and to find your people, your tribe, simply by showing up as you are.
So as you go out there, as you create, as you think about these ideas, maybe consider this final thought. In a world where machines can increasingly generate flawless outputs, where information is infinite, what is the truly valuable currency you can offer? The answer, as Kleon illustrates so well, might just be your own unique, honest, sometimes messy, deeply human process. Keep exploring, keep creating, and above all, keep showing your work.